This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
I sat down yesterday with 8 Donald Trump supporters. It was a fascinating hour and a half. These are 8 people who used to be my supporters. And now, to a man and a woman, they all generally consider me to be a sellout and a traitor. We had a long conversation about our differences on Trump and our differences on Trumpism. One message I want to convey to everybody that I think is really important to understand about the conversation that I had yesterday with 8 Trump supporters. I engage with Trump supporters every day. I do that because I come from the world of Trump supporters. I was a Trump supporter. I don't believe anybody is unreachable. I'm talking about Trump's voters, Trump supporters. I'm not talking about Republican politicians, and I'm not talking about right-wing media voices like Tucker Carlson, Hannity, and all the rest. I'm talking about average, regular Americans who've embraced Donald Trump and support him. I will engage with any of them. You know, I'll do this because I played a role in helping to draw them to Trump. This is my penance. This is part of what I'm supposed to do. But I do this because I genuinely love and care about these folk. And I don't like the fact that Trump and Tucker Carlson and Hannity and all the rest have fooled them and deceived them and inflamed them and angered them and outraged them and fed them a bunch of bullshit for the past 7 to 8 years. I know they're responsible for what they say and what they do, these Trump supporters. I'm not saying they're not responsible. But it pisses me off because they've been fed bullshit for 8 years. So I'll speak with any of them. And yeah, I sat down with 8 of them yesterday. And yeah, all 8 believe the 2020 election was stolen. And all 8 believe Joe Biden is senile and isn't even president. And all 8 believe the Democrats are communist and must be defeated. And all 8 still support Trump. So we engaged in this stuff and we talked about these issues. And I'd push back respectfully when they talked about the 2020 election and the rest. None of it really moved them. They got uncomfortable, I'll say. 2 points. They got uncomfortable when we talked about the 2020 election. I went around the table and I asked all 8, was the election stolen? Did Trump really win? They all said yes. And then we got specific. How? What does that mean? What does it mean it was stolen? Was there fraud? And when you respectfully walk them down this road, show me how. Show me the fraud. What did the Trump campaign prove? When you walk down that road and put facts in front of them regarding the 2020 election, they get more hesitant. They are more unsure. They're less strident. You can tell they're thinking about it. You really could. Now, by the end of the hour and 15, 20 minutes, I don't think any of their minds were changed on the 2020 election. But I know they're thinking about it. And I know they're unsure about it. I think that's significant. The other aspect about my conversation yesterday with them that I thought was really significant is this. I told them that right now, Donald Trump, right now, months before the 2024 election, is out there on the campaign trail telling American voters that one of 2 things will happen. Either he will win or the election will be stolen. Trump is saying that now, months before the election. He's telling his voters that if he loses, it will only be because it was stolen. Now, Trump did this same thing back in 2020. Months before the election, Trump said the exact same thing. If I lose, it will be because it was stolen. Trump was talking about the stolen election lie months before the election. He's doing the same thing now. He did it at his latest rally again. Either I'm going to win or the election will be stolen. I asked these 8 Trump supporters about that. Do you approve of Donald Trump months before the election saying that if he loses, it's because it was stolen? Do you like the fact that he said that he's saying this? None of them said yes. They hemmed and they hawed, these 8. They squirmed a little bit. Again, they were unsure. But none of the 8, who all told me 30 minutes before that the 2020 election was stolen, none of the 8 said, yes, it's a good thing. I agree with Trump. I'm glad he's out there now, before the election, telling us that if he loses, it will be because the election was stolen. None of them said they liked the fact that Trump was saying that. None of them, none of these 8 Trump supporters, I mean hardcore Trump supporters, defended Trump out there now, pushing a 2024 stolen election lie. They wouldn't defend that yesterday. They couldn't defend it yesterday. Some were uncomfortable that Trump was out there saying that. A few said, yeah, Joe, it's probably not right, but that's a difference. Donald Trump out there right now doing the same thing he did in 2020 before the election, telling his supporters that if he loses, it will be because it was stolen. And I'm telling you, this is interesting because his supporters aren't comfortable with Trump doing that. And they can't defend it. They won't defend it. And to me, that just shows that they don't approve of Trump doing this. And they don't agree with him about it. And that shows there's room here. There's space here to find common ground. I found common ground with them yesterday on this. 8 hardcore Trump supporters and me, none of us would defend Trump out there right now already lying about the 2024 election. There's space there. There's common ground here on this. This can be worked. Hey, Joe Walsh, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. That's my email, all one word, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.